What would you say, I guess, helped you grow the fastest?
Content on other platforms absolutely help, and there's no denying that.
Yeah.
But I didn't post anything about my Twitch on TikTok until maybe a month ago. So I grew my community on Instagram. I think I have like 24,000 followers on there now. I think that just promoting myself on there, link in my bio, putting stories up when I'm going to stream, it does help. And that's why it is important to get content out on every platform that you possibly can.
All right, let me give you the lowdown real quick. Every week I get a bunch of creators together and we talk about streaming, their experiences with streaming, anything outside of streaming, gaming, news, current events, their lives. Pretty much just chatting is what this is. If you're new here, welcome in. It's a pretty easy going bunch. Make sure to say hello to everybody in chat. If you want to get my attention, make sure you at me. And if you're a returning guest, what's up, guys? Now, if you're asking yourself, how do I get on the show? Easy. Just hang out, get to know everybody, join the Discord, hang out in the milk bar, be cool. Just as a reminder, Patreon members get a private after show with the main guests, usually about an hour of a Q&A. So to wrap this up, if you're watching live, sit back, relax, drop a lurk. And if you're watching this on a VOD or a highlight, make sure to comment and like, share, do all that other good stuff. And then check out animedaddy.com for my schedule every week. In fact, why don't you head over to Twitter, follow me there. You can get more updates on the show, the schedules, all that good stuff. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, we have Complaincasts, and then Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have the SuperChats, and then the Streamer Shoutout podcast. Lots of great people to meet, a lot of chats to be had. I'll see you guys there.
Hello.
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 What's going on?
I've had emotional breakdowns 4 times.
Oh my God, dude, I'm sorry. First of all, I want to apologize for all the other schmucks, but... Yeesh.
It's been an experience.
I cannot believe how, like, was there anything before, like, when you weren't partner?
No, I generally had really nice, supportive people being complimenting, saying, oh, you're doing so good, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I get partnered, I literally got bombarded. And I've never felt that much pressure in my life, I don't think. I think that's the most I've ever felt.
So, okay. Let's do a quick backdrop of when you started streaming, just like how we got to that. When you started streaming, how quickly you got there and all that good stuff.
So I started streaming in September 2020. So it's been like about 7-8 months.
Okay.
I've never used a webcam ever. So there's nobody's seen my face on stream. Then I got partnered on my first application.
Yep.
So a lot of things that might make a lot of people kind of upset or whatever. I posted a tweet when I got partnered. It was a very I literally saw the email, freaked out, called my friend crying, and then I posted it. Like I didn't even think about it. And it went like, it was the most liked tweet I've ever had. It was like 1,200 likes or something.
It was a bonkers. That's very hard to do on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah. So, and considering my following on Twitter, I only have like 1,000 followers. So it went big. Yeah. And I got so much support out of that. And like the support was crazy and I was so thankful and whatever. But that's all the public stuff. Nobody said anything negative publicly. But when I went to my Instagram DMs and my Twitch whispers and my business email, the amount of crap I had was ridiculous. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
So was it, obviously we can go into it. I'm not going to super pry, but was it people trying to work with you? Was it people upset that you got there so quickly? Like what was
everything?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah. It was so, okay. So let me backtrack a little bit to when I was applying for partner.
Yeah.
I had a big Instagram to begin with, and that's kind of where I started with content. So I knew a couple of partners on Instagram and I messaged them being like, hey, just could you give any advice about applying and what I should be saying in my application? Because you have like a box to just type in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say it doesn't matter what you put in there, but some people say it does. So I spent 5 hours writing a freaking like like whole ass essay about everything. Everything.
That's what I need to do for a resume. But go on. I mean, I guess it technically is kind of like a resume for a position. But go on, yeah.
Yeah. So I spoke to this one partner. I'm not gonna drop names because I just
It's fine. I do that enough anyway, so you're good.
But I messaged her, and she was really, really lovely to me during the process of applying. She said, just don't expect it first time, and I didn't expect to be partnered first time. And she basically messaged me once I got partnered and was like, "Congrats on getting partner. I wonder what made you so special, where I had to apply 5 times. Like, how did you get it first and I had to apply 5 times?" And it upset me so much. I was so upset because it felt very passive aggressive.
I was about to say that. Did it come off super fucking passive aggressive?
Yeah. And it really put a bad taste in my mouth. Another partner I spoke to, she was so lovely about it and so kind. And, most partners are lovely, but some have a bit of an ego, and that's just a fact.
That's what we were talking about earlier, and what I've had conversations with other partner creators now was when I first started, I thought partner status creators were like, don't even look at me, like, not in a bad way, just like, oh, we're kind of in different leagues. I know you're going to try and take advantage of me. Like, going into streaming, I knew that, especially with podcasting, there's a lot of the whole networking is toxic situation. So I kind of got it. So I looked at partner streamers as this being like, oh, they've worked so hard, they've put in the hours, et cetera, et cetera. And then you realize like some people get partner in a couple months. It's just the nature of the beast, depending on how you promote. But I never really got a sort of I'm above you sense. It was I put people on that. But it's interesting knowing that there are creators who do feel above other creators, which is insane.
Yeah. It's sad because I had a whole different opinion of this person before, because I thought, oh, this person's so lovely, they're helping me, they're being so kind. And then as soon as like a good thing happens, they kind of flipped, and it's just very high school, very like immature behavior, I feel.
Yeah.
But there are definitely creators out there who think of themselves as the big kind of I am kind of deal, and it shouldn't be like that, because it's at the end of the day, it's a check mark.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that the more I've talked to creators and the more I'm in this space is you're not fighting for an audience, and like there's no reason to be jealous because you have different audiences. I mean, if you want to do the whole opposite of audiences, the whole like hot tub streamer versus regular streamers, it's like that's not your audience. You shouldn't be worried about what they're gaining in viewership because they're not doing what you're doing. Maybe you can kind of have that fight with if it's 2 people playing the same game, but like you're no cam, you're a woman streamer, no cam. So technically you're still in even if you're playing Valorant, there's other Valorant streamers, but you have your own core audience that you're kind of trying to find. And it just so happens you found it. Like there's no reason to that. It's bonkers because all we have to do is create this economy. Like I mentioned, it's like the farmer's market of creators. Like everybody just has their stands and then you help each other out with no expectations. But it's so how do you feel about competitiveness with creators?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I see, I'm in the same mindset of you as there's no real competition here. Like we're all on the same team.
Yeah.
But there are people out there who think like that, and it's the wrong mindset to have, because you're just gonna like run yourself into the ground trying to beat everyone when there's nothing to be won here.
Yeah, I don't want to say there's zero competition. I feel like you can have friendly competition.
Oh, for sure.
But it has to, I don't know if there's different levels to it. Does anyone have any, like, is there a word for competition that's not actually friendly competition? I think is the only thing.
Thank you for your
Also,
patronage.
thank you, Schmitty. Hello, Schmitty and Raiders. I don't know. Do you have the chat up, by the way, Val?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
There was a paragraph that came up.
Okay.
Real quick, Schmitty. So, dude. Thank you for the raid, Schmitty. Schmitty's going to be on later on. You know, so many words. English, you know. Vel worked very hard. Sketch. I assume sketch is from the from the Vel
Yeah,
Club.
I put a little notification into my Discord to bring some people in.
No, it's all good. I
Yeah.
never expect anyone to promote it, but anyway, when I saw
Yeah.
the emotes come up, I was like, all right, we got the crew, So we got some backup in chat. People are
Yeah, I
just
needed it.
no, it's all good. People need to check themselves and realize success comes from people at different rates. Yeah, it's very hard. Like I said, when you see other people grow at different rates, you go, "What am I doing wrong?" You start to look inward, and then what happens is it gets toxic, and then you start to lash out at
Yeah.
other creators. But I just can't believe how quickly it turned for you. Like I'm sorry once again on behalf of all the
Yeah.
schmucks, but it's crazy how quickly that turnover happened because I've never heard that before.
It's insane because I feel like a lot of partners, because I mean, I did a tweet. There's like this whole trend going around where it's like you put a logo and then it's like the first tiny bit of it is what you expect, and then the rest of it is. So I did that for partner,
Yeah.
and a couple of partners retweeted it, and so I feel like it's kind of more known in the partner world than what people make it out to be because you don't want to say this stuff. Like, you don't want to be in this position where you're saying, oh, I've had this amazing thing happen to me that I worked really, really hard for, and it's been a clusterfuck. And nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't talk about it.
Has this been? Ooh, actually, I'll jump back. So, once again, I'm glad that of all the shows to come on, thank you for coming on my silly goose of it to talk about it. Like, I hope this gets out. Like I said, I still have to. I apologize. I'm way behind on clips, so I will.
No,
I have time now to clip the last conversation. But like I said, it happened. I once again thought you were already partnered when I met you because
Yeah.
you had great numbers and et cetera, et cetera. But do you feel like there's been partners that should be talking about this, or have you talked to other partners that have experienced this?
I've talked to a couple that have experienced it. And again, I feel like a lot of people just don't want to talk about it because they don't want it to be like this negative thing and make themselves look kind of ungrateful or something for having this amazing achievement and then feeling like they're not allowed to complain about something kind of thing. But that's just the reality of it is that getting like that level of attention all at once and having people who you've never met before come to you because you're a partner and have found you because you posted a partner tweet or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's mentally it's a lot. And people don't like to talk about mental health when it comes to this sort of stuff. And it's
I think
bad.
it's definitely starting to break through where, from what I've seen, at least the circles that I have been in, is everybody's very forward with their mental health. I think that's very important. I mean, I am constantly battling with the idea like, okay, this is going great, but when is this all going to end? Like when are the viewers going to be like, all right, we get it. He talks a lot and we'll go watch like a real show. Like that's me. That's all on me. But has this affected your mindset with everything? Like, do you still have a goal in mind that you want to hit, or is this kind of like, are you rethinking some stuff?
Well, partner is never the end goal.
Well, yeah.
Like it should never be the end goal.
Yeah.
As far as to be honest, there was a moment last week that I asked myself if this was worth it because that's how bad it got. Like that's how upsetting it was because I've never had this much kind of thrown on me at once. And like I said, like I've had a really good growth, and in terms of Twitch, I've grown very, very quickly. Like I started the year on 1,000 followers and now I just hit 6. So it's like, my growth has been really good this year. And although it's been good, it's not been hundreds of people bombarding me one day, like one specific day. And that was really hard for me to deal with because like I had imposter syndrome before this. Like I told you last time, I feel a bit of imposter syndrome. Why are hundreds of people coming to watch my stream? I'm just some weird girl from the UK playing Valorant, not being very good.
That's that thing, yeah.
And now that imposter syndrome is at a level I never thought it could reach. Like it's so insane.
I've never heard the term imposter syndrome said more in my entire life since I started. Like I said, I've been in bands and I've done art and all kinds of other creative outlets. But for whatever reason I think it's Maybe it's because I wasn't good at being in a band, so I never had an audience. But like having that audience there, people who rely on you. I was talking with John actually earlier about like what we do is important. There's the whole idea is this a job? Like, is this a job?
Yeah.
Would you agree that streaming and whatnot is a job?
Absolutely.
So the kicker is there's a difference mentally and I guess physically. Like say like an oil rig worker, like an electrician, those are the jobs that keep the world running per se, like quote unquote running. But then there's the fact that those workers come home and they need something to distract them or needs another space to go to. And that's kind of what we create. A movie, as simple as that. In a way, we're entertainment. And I think that's a job in its own because we have a mental aspect where we have to bring all of these people in. And then you go, did I just play a character? Or some people at least go, did I just play a character of myself? Like what is the space I'm creating? So that's what I've learned with imposter syndrome. It's very odd. Like, I mean, even with everything popping off now, but it's gotten, so with that partner and all of this stuff, it's gotten that much worse.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say that there's like no positives to it because there has been a lot of positive stuff and a lot of support. But just, I never expected this amount of negativity for something that, you know.
How do you think you're going to curb that? Like, do you have a way to, do you meditate? Do you go outside and just sit in the sun for an hour? Like,
well, I stopped reading my Instagram DMs.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That. But yeah, just making sure I'm getting out a little bit because it's just, I need some fresh air after this.
It's for the best. How often, what's your schedule like? How often do you stream again?
So I stream 5 days a week. So Monday through Friday, and then I take the weekends off because self-care.
Yeah. And here, just on my show, self-care, just getting into the weeds with it. No, I still think that's a lot. Even for, I guess full-time streaming is, you have to be available for those people. So I get that.
I do this as like, this is my full-time job. Like, this is how I make my living. So I have to treat it like, okay, I'm going to make some money these days of the week and I have to stick to that. So, yeah.
I'm just trying to, because it's not going to end. That's the problem. Like it can maybe plateau.
Yeah.
But it's, like I said, this is my first time having this conversation about it. So I'm still, that's why I love having these conversations. But it's, how do you go about putting yourself in a mindset where even when people become toxic or try and take advantage of you, do you just ignore it? Do you, because I guess that's what's going around. Oh, I'm sorry. Like,
no, it's, so I had to have a conversation with myself about my actions because I'm having all of these negative things coming and I'm allowing that into my life. Like I'm reading those DMs, I'm responding to it, I'm getting myself worked up, all of this stuff. So I really had to sit down and think, okay, Lou, you need to chill the hell out. Like I'm never going to meet these people. Like if they want to be negative, that's a reflection on them, not me. And I have to just understand that with being a public figure or content creator or whatever, not everyone is going to like you. And people are going to sometimes say stuff that you don't like. And you have to just deal with it because this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love to do. I'm not going to let some kid who's 15 who is Iron 1 on Valorant tell me that I'm crap. Like, you know, like I have to just move forward with it and just not look at any of, you know.
Well, it goes back to, it sucks to say, but to be on the internet, especially, you kind of have to have an iron skin. Like, did you kind of have an iron skin coming into doing streaming?
No,
not at all.
I'm sensitive.
No!
I'm a sensitive little bean. I've definitely worked up a much thicker skin now.
Yeah.
Just the last few months, I think that's really helped me to become stronger mentally in that way. But again, I think just having like a big event like this, it's gonna break through that skin, you know, like it's gonna do that. And, you know, when all of that comes down, like I'm sure it will help me in the future. Just be like, okay, you dealt with that. You can deal with anything. So
Real quick, Kat brings up a good point. If a man did the same thing, his accomplishment would probably not only be accepted but highly celebrated and championed.
oh yeah,
That's another end to it as well. I mean, there would still be the people like clout chasing and whatnot, but I don't. But how much though is the real kicker? And once again, especially being on a platform where everyone says you need a cam, I think being a woman, huge on Twitch, which is full of a bunch of toxic dudes, but then also the fact that you did this in a short amount of time with no cam is, I don't know. I mean, the big main one that comes to mind is Corpse, but I can't think of anyone I know personally that's
so there's Corpse, Dream as well. Dream
Dream.
doesn't use a cam.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of League of Legends people as well. I'm not too sure of their names, but mostly it's men that do no cam stuff. Like mostly women tend to have a camera, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know of a lot of females who are no cam. To be honest, I can't name one.
There's one other I know personally. Her name's Nom Nom Ninja, and she's had great growth as well because she's been in really good community. She's met cool people, and no slate, but I'm interested to see if she keeps it up, because I think she does it kind of on the side. If she had the same growth, if she got partnered, if she'd get the same slack. Also, I did see a bunch of names. Everybody's dropping a bunch of Diaz, Bitful is a COD player, Jack Frags is no cam. So there's a good amount. I think there's it takes a different, I don't know what it is. Not to say, like I lurk your streams and stuff, and I love your clips, but I just I don't know what it is, because that's what you hear. It's always you need a cam to stand out, and especially like you said, as a woman, you want to say they use their looks, but that's a tricky beast, because yes, like that's okay if they want to use their looks to gain stuff, that's totally fine. But then when you start talking about it, it's just like, is that fair? And bullshit. It's like, hey, if I had a nice six pack and I didn't have a little hairy monkey body, I don't know, maybe a boy be showing off. But it is. Being comfortable and allowing you to feel and sit with your emotions is so important. Yeah, I think this is one of those unfortunate learning lessons coming into it, that you that one of the million make it or break it moments for a creator, where you go, oh shit, is this going to keep happening? And how can I keep up with this sort of thing?
Yeah, I think everybody who goes into streaming, they really need to consider the mental health aspect of it, because it is a lot when random people online are telling you that you only achieved this for this reason or that reason or whatever, and it had nothing to do with your hard work. And it sucks. And it sucks to have people clout chasing. And that's just, I mean, I kind of dealt with that on my Instagram regardless.
Yeah.
And so I kind of knew how to tread with that a bit more. But people do have to realize you have to be careful who you're friends with. You have to be, very in tune with your mental health, and try not to let random people get to you, which is a lot easier said than done, obviously. But
fair. I try not to compare, but hey, guess who compares every single day, almost every on the show? I compare constantly. Do you think because of this, and this plays into the fucking network, do you think this is going to muddy people? Like, okay, for example, say I found you after all of this had happened, say maybe a week or two from now, and I approach you and got to know you a little bit, but I said, hey, would you like to be on the show? Do you think you'd be more standoffish, or do you think you'd still be? Yeah,
I'd be more standoffish, and purely just because the amount of people who have been like that already. Like, okay, for example, I'm a big Twitch viewer. Like, I was a big Twitch viewer before I started streaming, and I've been in a lot of people's communities for a long time. These people knew that I streamed, knew that I did content on Instagram, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But as soon as they saw my check mark, they followed me back and asked me if I wanted to play with them. Like,
it's
like,
so obvious.
Yeah. So it's like, and then I had like 300 DMs over the past like week or so.
Dude, I mean, you, okay. And I don't mean this and I'm joking, but also you're lying, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it was 300. Like, are you serious? It's 300.
I'm serious. Literally like 300. Like literally can't even go through them all.
That's why
I went through about 70 of them just like, and it was starting to get to me by like number 50 where I'm being told, oh, you only got it because you're a girl, and oh, who do you know at Twitch who gave you partner, and all this stuff. It's like, oh my guy. Like, it's been a lot. Like, even I posted a TikTok, and it was a TikTok just announcing my partnership, like, to all the people who said that I couldn't do it as a no-cam streamer. I did it, and that was it. Very quick, to the point. I gained 200 Twitch followers from that. Like, the people came from TikTok over to Twitch for that. Oh, and it's insane.
That makes me really want to, like, everybody always like, oh, Jordan, if you get partner numbers, will you go for partner? Even though, like, I'm not against. I'm not devaluing it, not against it.
Yeah.
But if I would go for it, and I'm just like, no, I wouldn't do it if I can do it without it. But now part of me wants to, like, build this. Hey, everybody, keep coming out to the fucking shows and lurking, and go to my Patreon and all that. Promote, self-promotion. But, like, get partner and just see. Because it's already, I wouldn't say it's bad, but there's already points where people do the same thing. Well, they'll slip into my DMs or something and be like, hey, man, check out my stuff. I think I'd be a great fit for the show. Which, like, yes and no, but it's not as abrasive. And it's like one or two every few days. But I can only imagine. Like I said, I'm still having a hard time believing that it was 300. That's a fucking massive amount.
Insane. Yeah. Like, a crazy amount. And it's difficult because you... obviously, like, there's a lot of people supporting you. So I don't know the ratio of support to hate in that. Like, I really don't. Because I just couldn't go through it at that point.
That's the other thing. And that's why I'm very careful when asking most creators to come on the show or work on the show, because you don't, and I hate it because it's my whole shtick, but you don't know who's trying to take advantage of you. You can only, here's a prime example, and it was super embarrassing. And I don't know if anybody here is from John's chat, but I've been staying up late with John, and he had a partner streamer on. Her name's That Ginger Girl, fantastic streamer. I think she's like 6 in subs or something like with I don't know, a bigger streamer for sure. I think she's in Twitch Rivals now, like a whole fucking thing. Jumped in on the chat, got to know her. We were all going back and forth for a couple hours, and then John had her on his podcast. So I was like trying to rat on him. I'm just like, so the question is, we were ending up the night. I was like, so the question is, Ginger, do you want to be on a real podcast? Like, I was trying to dog on John, and then everything, the whole show came to a fucking halt. Like, it wasn't even a show. It was like 4 a.m. and we were hanging out, but it just so happened he's doing like a 24-hour, or not 20, uncapped subathon. So we were live.
Right.
But everything stopped, and she's just like, like, not only did I put her on the spot, but she still really didn't know me, and she knows that people are just trying to get her clout. It's just trying to get her clout, but it's just that it's that small thing. Like, I thought I was safe because I thought I got to know her, but you can't.
It takes a lot. Like, you really, I mean, for me, it's all about like organic stuff. So like, I watched you on TikTok for a long time, right? And I came into your stream, and you were talking to somebody about cameras, and that's why I popped into the chat, and I was like, oh, you don't need a camera, and that's why I applied to be on your show, because I wanted to talk about it. So I'm very about organic stuff. Like, this is something that I heard, this is something that I know about, I'm a connect with this guy. Then there's people like that you meet in games, like online. I've met a lot of really good friends from playing Valorant, and some of them are streamers and very organic, and I'm happy to play with them and shout them out and whatever. But when people are coming into your stream or into your DMs or business emails who don't even fucking follow you and are like, hey, this is my Twitch, and I play Valorant, you want to play with me? And it's like they have 200 followers, which, again, nothing wrong with. But when you're looking to collab, you have to have equal give and take in that. You have to, you know, it's crazy. You have to be careful with it.
Yeah, I don't know if it comes from like a shoot your shot mentality, because like, at least as dudes, personally, see, we've heard all the time when trying to pick up, not to relate this to picking up chicks, but to relate this to picking up chicks, it's that shoot your shot. The worst thing that'll happen is you'll get a no. But I think when working with streaming or trying to build a brand, you have to think of how you come off or how that will affect you further on. Like now,
Yeah.
my brain is completely burr and I feel like a crap heel because I asked Ginger on live, and I'm just like, my reputation is tarnished. I'm a piece of shit. Nobody will ever work with me. Everybody just thinks I'm a clout chaser. Like,
Right.
like that's how I think. And I'm like, how do other people not realize? And I don't know if it's just the
Yeah.
nature of streaming, because it's like, oh, it's just playing video games. Like, okay, a creator didn't
Right.
work for me, but that is bizarre. Now more than ever, I try and build those relationships with a creator
Yes.
and wait for them to be like, so when can I be on the show? Because, I'm
Yeah.
cool as fuck. But like, I make it known in a way. It's the whole get to know someone, and then they'll find out
Absolutely.
through a conversation that you have a podcast
Yeah.
to be like, oh, I'm interested. But it's
Yeah.
crazy. People just go out of their way to take advantage of you.
Yeah. And they make it so plainly obvious. Like, the thing is, with your situation, like, you can see that as an honest mistake, right? And you felt shitty about it, and you felt the repercussions of that, and that's okay, right?
I feel like shit.
People, yeah, there are people out there who don't have those feelings, and it's because all they care about is getting that clout, like, and it's not, it's just, it's weird to navigate, because that's why I say you have to be very careful with who you are friends with when it comes to content creation, because I mean, like, on my Instagram, I had a girl, like, I used to like help her like shout her out and stuff and get her some followers, and then when I stopped shouting her out, she stopped talking to me. Like, it's it's stuff like that. Like, you have to be very careful and really navigate that, not just for professional reasons and for like how you come off and how your stream and your content is, but for your mental health, because it sucks thinking this is my friend and then realizing they only want to talk to you because you have viewers and followers and numbers. It sucks.
That's the trick. Also, the other end of it is like, I've had tons of people on the show now, and I feel like a total garbage can because there's only so many relationships I can keep up with. And I want to keep talking to everybody, show up to streams, but then there's only so many times in the day. So that's also another battle, is when you're working with someone, another creator is also, if you're assumingly a good person, like
Right.
I hope they don't think I'm taking advantage of them. It's just, or I haven't talked to them in a while. It's just, that's another aspect that I've been racking my brain about, is I feel like a bad guy because I haven't talked to someone who I worked with in 2 weeks. It's like,
but then I feel like any logical person who's a creator is gonna see, like, look, this is our job, this is what we do, we're all busy. Like, I mean, I like kind of come into people's streams and into their discords and whatever, and sometimes I'm a heavy lurker, sometimes I'm very active, and then sometimes I'm just like, I disappear for like a month, and it's like, I've been busy. Like, I got shit to do.
that's what you'd hope. But there are people who, like, when I first started out in some of my communities, they're just like, why do you never show up to my stream, but I always show up to your stream? And that's that.
I've had that too. Yeah, I feel you.
I hate
It's
that.
difficult because you can't dedicate your life to going into somebody's stream. Like,
That's the trick of also building an audience, which is
Yeah.
most of my audience of streamers.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that mentality is crap. Unfortunately, like the expectations. My biggest thing for the billionth time, which anybody who's been here for a while, is my biggest thing with streamers, if you're going to work together, is zero expectations. There's going to be times where you give everything and get nothing in return. And that's okay.
Absolutely.
Best thing they can do
Absolutely.
is just say your name. Like, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing I found, is people just know my name. I mean, I
Yeah.
am everywhere because I'm a weasel, but like, that's just because I'm needy and I want the attention. Hello, everybody. My name's Anime Daddy. But yeah, there's zero expectations, and you need to have zero expectations, because we're all trying to build something. Just how can we do it? How can we help each other honestly and not feel taken advantage of,
Absolutely.
Real quick, Deathcap, did you get your TikTok back? Deathcap, I think, got her TikTok banned for zero reason.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
fully banned. Like, had to make a new account for no reason. Sorry, just putting her on the spot, by the way. Do you think, have you had any videos reported for zero reason?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. But I only recently started really uploading to TikTok. Like, I was blowing up on Twitch before I blew up on TikTok. So I've not had anything taken down yet. But then again, I am very careful of what I upload as well. And I don't do like Twitch call outs or tips or hashtag blowing up streamers. Like that.
For TikTok, it's a normal thing to ban accounts for no reason. Final Harps, it's just so bizarre because Deathcap had nothing, still banned. Yeah, it's so weird. Also, good. Just keep doing. At this point, I look forward to it. When I first got on TikTok, I was like, I don't really want to watch somebody with gameplay clips. But like, if you make it into a skit, it's funny. I just didn't find those very often. Like I said, yours are great, and there's a couple
thank you.
like Juvenalia. I know he's in here earlier. I love Juve. I'm dating Juve. He is my. I talk about him constantly. But yeah, you want to talk about mental health and then just what people have to go through if they mess up on TikTok. Do you follow Twitch Talk at all?
I do follow Twitch Talk. That's how I even found you and Unstable and Teeny Giant and all you guys. Like I've been in Twitch Talk for a while.
Yeah.
I just don't post into Twitch Talk. So
it's probably, like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Even I've pulled back because now that I'm building an audience of people, I want to make sure when I came in hot, and that's because I didn't, and this is fine. Also, don't fucking think of me. I do have things to lose because now I've built stuff. I want to make sure I'm still being genuinely me, but I want to make sure I'm not hurting anyone because I'm building an audience of people, and I want to make sure that even when I'm being truthful in what I say, I'm still willing to have a conversation and not completely shit on somebody who maybe made a mistake. Like somebody who has a take on TikTok where I go, okay, this is wrong, but I'm going to give it a day or two of all the other people mobbing this person. And maybe go in. Like, I don't know if you saw One Hit Wonder recently did a video calling out the dude. There was the one he said, all the TikTokers with a 5 viewer average giving advice on how to grow. You saw that one?
Yeah. And it's kind of like people have experience other than Twitch, and like people who are full on freaking producers and have media degrees and all of this stuff. Like there's a lot more to it than just an average viewer count, in my opinion.
That's the kicker. So yes, 100% yes, but also you can assume that somebody coming into the app is a new streamer and has there's the playing devil's advocate, obviously. There's the fact that people see that the tips pop off, so they're going to do that as well because it's easy. So their experience is very low. Whether that tip is valid or not is if it's something they've regurgitated, it's still valuable, but that's the thing. And then also there's satire. I think a little bit of what that dude had was satire because he used the word growth, and growth is that gray area that I always talk about. Like you can say there's one way to grow a stream, like drinking an energy drink.
Doing jumping jacks.
Now that's a fun thing that those guys are fun to call out because they kind of dig their own grave.
I agree.
The thing is, when it's constantly digging your own grave, that's fine. And like same with the other dude who plagiarized. Like those are things where you have to put those people in check. But there's some satire things. It's once again, that digs into the mental health of this whole business.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to work with other people, and you have to work around other creatives who at any moment, for whatever reason, will dog on you, even though you didn't do anything wrong. Right?
Yeah, very much so.
Like getting partner, you did nothing wrong, and people are.
I just got a check mark, and all of a sudden I'm a horrible person, and it's.
Are you going to remove the check mark? Like, because I know you can remove it locally or not show up in chats and stuff like that. Are you going to wear that proudly?
I'm going to wear it proudly, and the reason for that is because I worked my fucking ass off for it, and I deserve it. So nobody's going to take that away from me. I don't care how much hate people want to throw at me. I'm going to put that check mark in every chat I fucking go into.
I think now more than ever you should, because you got that backlash. I know there are, like McQueeb hides his, and that's totally fine. You're allowed to clearly run your shit how you want. But I think going into this, that's the fucking best way to do it, is just be like, I earned this and you gave me shit for it, so now I'm going to show it the fuck off. I think Pixel Kitten also did that. She put out a tweet and she was like, I'm a partner and I'm proud to be a partner because I worked my ass off for it. I was like, I can respect that. Like me personally, I'm not one for sure. If I went and then got partner eventually, I would be very toned down. But that's my personality. Maybe if I got kickback, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, Nom Nom was in here. Nom Nom, are you still no cam? we got fucking introduce you to Vel, kicking ass on Twitch.
Heck yeah.
No cam, killing it. But I think you should wear that proudly because that's really important.
Yeah. For sure.
And letting people know as well. Is there any are there any creators you want to work with now? Like, do you think you'll reach out in comparison to people reaching out to you?
No. And the reason I won't reach out to creators is because I've come a long way on my own, and I've made some really organic, natural friendships that I'm so happy with, and it's been working for me. So I'm happy to just do my thing. And if an opportunity comes along that's legit and isn't clouty, I will take it, you know? And I mean, it's like that whole thing with shooting your shot thing. Before I got partner, I shot my shot with 100 Thieves and put out a video and was like, hey, I should be in 100 Thieves. This is why. So I'll still shoot my shot with them. But as far as creators, I would rather just do my own thing until an opportunity presents itself.
I can respect that. It stinks because, like I said, I think a lot of growth, especially in the, I guess for the lack of the lower rings of streamers, let's say we're lower on the totem pole, but in comparison to like people, the skip between say like 200-ish up to 200 to like 500 and then to 1,000 and then past 1,000, I don't even know who the fuck. Like I haven't been introduced to anyone past 1,000. I've talked to a couple thousand, but like anything past that, I'm just like, oh, okay. They literally have agents I have to go through, but it's part of that. The collabing, the crossing of audiences, so that people can be introduced to new people. I did also see. Hold on, real quick. There was something I wanted to bring up. Something about business coaches. Anyone can become one with regurgitated info, but not have any actual experience. Oh yeah. So the whole coaching industry is another thing. Which, sorry, bouncing off of that, your 1,000 Thieves thing should have got it. They don't have a no cam person, right?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I tried to look into it, but like, come on, you guys, represent the no cam. What the fuck? Anyway.
One day
we'll get there. I don't even know. I'm still figuring out organizations. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a loner. I don't think I could do an organization. I'm too much of a wild card. I'm trying to get Cinnabon to sponsor me, and I think that's already a reach.
That's another thing about like a really positive thing about being partner. Like all you have to fucking do is mention you're a Twitch partner and people want to work with you. It gives you so much validation from companies and sponsors. Like it's insane. Like as soon as I hit partner, I put out that tweet, 1,200 likes. I had emails from like marketing agencies, influencer agencies, management agencies, like insane amount of like people wanting to actually work with me for money, like crazy.
Interesting. So that sucks because hey, I'll never be partner, but I'm pissed. Uh-oh, what just happened? Something's happening in chat.
Oh, you got a raid
of 66. Holy crap.
Damn.
Welcome in, everybody. Holy crappity crap. This isn't a freaking hate raid, right? I've never been hate raided before. What's up, Nessie? Nessie, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Right now we're talking with Vel, who I call Veloula for some reason, and I kept saying it, and I don't know why.
I dig it.
My Italian brain's like, Veloula. Damn, what's up? Hello, everybody. This is Streamer Shoutout Podcast. We talk with streamers. We get to know them. Vel just became a partner recently. Has been getting some 300 DMs of people trying to work with her.
Crazy.
Nessie, hope you had a good stream. This is fantastic. Thank you, everybody. We have a whole day ahead of us. We're going to keep talking to Vel a little bit. And then Gerard's coming on. Hey, Schmitty. And then we have a full chat with Kat the Mao. We're going to talk about getting a job with, like getting a job, a corporate job, if you will, with streaming. But that's something I need to do. Like I said, I have to put together a resume. Ooh, what would you put on your resume now? Like if you were had to build a resume, would it be like what would be your skills,
Host. I'd probably say entertainer, host, something to do with media and broadcasting. I'd just make it sound really fancy, to be honest.
Community manager. That's the one.
Yeah.
Like, do you have community events and whatnot?
I actually am gonna be holding my own Valorant tournament over the summer. So yeah.
That's the thing. Now that, another one.
Mm.
Do you plan on starting a Twitch team?
Oh, yeah, no. It was brought up to me. A lot of people have suggested it, like, hey, you should do like a full no cam team. And I thought, oh, that would be so cool. But then thinking about it, I don't want that responsibility. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot more than just creating a team. Like, you have to really invest your time and energy and fucking time for that. I don't have the time for that.
I'm so happy you are aware of that. I mean, once again, I'm the jerk who's like devaluing Twitch teams. But it is exactly that. You will have to put in so much work into that team that you won't be able to focus on the growth that you already had. You'll have to keep up with the community that you've already built. And I think that's part of that sort of big head that some partnered streamers get. They go, oh, I have all this extra stuff I can do now. Now I'm going to try and do everything at once, you know?
Yeah. And it can go sour very quickly. I mean, I don't know if you saw this. There was a female Warcraft Twitch team that was being made, and I think it was quite a big streamer doing it. And they put a lot of energy into it, but they also missed out a lot of steps. Like, they only recruited white women. There was no representation of people of color or
just
people who
at me next time. Like, so many fucking white dudes on my show. I'm sorry. Please introduce me to other creators. I only talk to dudes who look like me, apparently. Go on. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it was kind of bad because she made it into this whole thing of, oh, we're such a diverse team. Here are all these white women. Which there's nothing wrong with, like, I'm a white woman, like, but when you're making a team and you're making it into this big spectacle thing and you're wanting to show representation, there needs to be more than just white women. Like, there needs to be a lot of things in there.
It's tricky because I think that's actually a good topic and a lot of people get uncomfortable with the fact that you don't want to be a person just doing the diverse hire, but you kind of have to do that because you need to open the stage. Like, clearly I have an open platform. I haven't really gone out of my way to invite diverse characters. I want to. I'm starting to be introduced to other like Black creators and Asian creators and the whole broad spectrum of all of us. But it's whatever it is. There's this built in. Like I said, I talk to a lot of dudes that just look and talk like me. It's just the weird nature of the beast. So if you're a white woman, you have a circle of a white woman unless you've been introduced. Like, I grew up in a predominantly Black neighborhood, so a lot of my friends I grew up with, but I don't know creators. It's like this split.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure you're not doing it just to do it, but also
being careful how you label it as well. Because if you're labeling it as this massively amazing, all-female, diverse team, and then it's just white, you can't call it this diverse team.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be very careful.
You can call it a women's team, but
absolutely. But marketing it as something that's going to be amazing for a diverse community is just not the way to go when you're not going to do that. Like, you have to stick to your promises. Like, that's too much. Twitch teams are too much. I don't know. I just want to be 100 Thieves. That's it. I don't care.
Just join an org. Do not do a team. Everyone who knows me very well is the fact that I hate Twitch teams because unless you are literally just making the team to focus on the team and you are the boss of that team, the only thing that's going to do is a bunch of like-minded people that kind of it doesn't really help. It doesn't help, guys. I'm sorry. It's kind of just like the host/raid theory is, yes, it's cool to shout out your friends and other creators you like, but at the end of the day, it's not necessarily going to boost anyone. Like, statistically speaking, raids, once again, like, we got a fantastic raid. Not to devalue you, Nessie. I love you. Thank you. But like, how many of you guys are going to stick around? Hopefully I'm charming and you stick around. But the statistics show that if you jump on a team, like Tim the Tatman has a team of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
I went to that team and I saw a bunch of those creators and they just have that badge. It's just a badge. Like, they're like, oh, I'm part of Tim the Tatman's team. And it's like, yeah.
But it really isn't that special when it's like 120 27 other people who are doing the same thing. Like if it's a small team of like 10 people who are actually like, if it's a really tight knit, like special thing to be a part of, I can see that. But hundreds and hundreds of people in a team is just kind of, I just think it's a bit pointless.
Yeah.
I'm in a team at the moment, and I did that when I first started streaming because I thought it was like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest thing. I'm gonna get so much exposure. I didn't get any exposure from it. Like it's just a name under your stream.
I'm glad you said it.
It's literally just a name under your stream.
It's another badge. It's another tick. Like I said, wear your partner badge proudly, but it's once again, it's another tick that Twitch kind of uses. It gamifies everything, which is fine. It's nice to have those goals. It's nice that they give you those goals and something to reach towards because some people need that. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't have those. I have Patreon. Like I want to put out Patreon content because within that I have to put in the work. I mean, it's kind of weird now that I think about it. Also over on TikTok, we did get a question about Spanish speakers, and I will get to that real quick. But is I have to work for it. Twitch kind of gives you the tools, but you still have to work for it. Like you have to put all your content off stream. You have to get people to come to your stream. It's all that stuff. But they still have a way of gamifying the system that you want to stick on it, even if you're like averaging 1 or 2 people. It's crazy. The whole system is bonkers to me. And then they add like partner checks, the teams, the bit badges, like all those small little things that at the end of the day don't really add up to your stream, right?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even uploaded any bit badges yet. I'm just it's a bit badge. I don't really care. I mean, the one thing I am happy with is the amount of freaking emotes I get now. Like I feel like that's a good incentive because I have 23 emotes. Like I like that. I like my emotes, but aside from that, I don't really care about bit badges and all that sort of stuff. It's
I'm so happy you said that because I made that tweet that's just like fuck, how did I phrase it? It was you don't want partner damn, that was such a good tweet.
Oh, the one about being an emote slut or something?
Yeah. You don't want
I remember.
You just want those emote slut.
Yeah.
I
Totally.
It was much better. Go to my Twitter, please. Follow me on Twitter. I promise I'm much better on Twitter than I am here. It's the only reason for partnership. Real quick, we have a question. I don't know if we can really fully speak on this, but I have some experience. Question, I would like your honest take. Do you think Spanish streamers have a chance on Twitch? Spanish streamers are
Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, look at Nico. She does English and Spanish, but she repeats everything in Spanish. She has a massive Spanish audience. Like, of course, anybody from anywhere can make it on Twitch. Like, you know, I don't think people should worry about that. There's an audience for everyone.
Just that. Whether big or small audience, there is a giant audience for Spanish speakers, by the way, everyone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If I weren't like a caveman of a person, I would learn another language. I would learn Spanish because that is an untapped market of people that you could.
There's a lot of Spanish speaking countries, and it's definitely
100%.
100%.
Do you know any other languages?
I started learning Spanish, but I'm not very good at it. I mean, I know how to say pencil sharpener, and that's about it. Un sacapuntas.
What?
Like listen, I pick words, I learn them. That's it, and then it just sticks out because it sounded like a tribal like.
Okay, I mean, there's nothing against that being the one, but
yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
What's up, DCAF? Anybody have any specific questions? And I have about, what time is it? 15-ish more minutes. Fuck. Vel, you're cool as shit. You know that, right?
Oh, thank you.
I can keep
You're
talking.
real pretty dapper too.
I got the English saying, everybody. Clip it. I can live up to my English heritage now. I think I have like 20% English in me.
Oh, nice.
That was adorable. It was cool as fuck. It's their native language. Yeah, you guys, Spanish. Wasn't there a Spanish streamer who just had the most concurrent view, like 2 million people watch him because he had a
Oh.
Fortnite skin come out.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that happened.
I can't remember the name, but they were definitely not an English speaker.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but that
Yeah.
definitely they had like 2 million concurrent viewers. I think it was the
Yeah.
most concurrent viewers, and they were in Brazil or something like that. So there's definitely a market. It's just you have to know the language. And then also, I think Deathcap did mention Deathcap usually really receptive. I've had chatters speaking Spanish and responded in English. So closest friends of Spanish English streams. I think that's who is over. She's a Spanish TikToker. I've been noticing a lot of my TikToks are all over the place. Like I've been getting Spanish TikToks and German TikToks, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. He holds a record. Oh, Gref G, 2.5 million. Jeez, could you imagine having that many people?
That's a lot.
I can't imagine your viewership and my, like, I still consider myself a 10 viewer Andy. Like I've been trying to keep my viewer count on, but I have it off right now because I have anxiety.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think you'll start acting a little different when you get up? I'm gonna say you're gonna get there, like 500 people.
You think?
If you keep at it, if you keep hitting it and you keep promoting in the right ways and you just build a better community, do you think?
I don't think I'll just raw and simple. Everybody changes. Everybody, especially when you're having a massive viewership like that, you have to kind of, sometimes you're not going to be able to, like, I read chat a lot. I wouldn't be able to read chat a lot if I'm having 500 viewers, and people just have to expect that some things change in streams and streamers evolve, and that's okay, and that's normal, and that's the circle of life. But I'm not going to become like, oh, I'm this great streamer and you should bow down before me kind of thing. But
I forget who I was watching. I came across a streamer or someone on TikTok who had like 500,000 followers, and then I went to their Twitch and they were averaging like 2,000. That was the first time I found someone in that like 2,000 range, and they were playing Call of Duty, which is fine. That happens, you guys. There's Call of Duty players other than Tim the Tanman.
They're out there.
They're out there. But he was getting gifted subs, donos,
For your patronage.
nothing. Like the chat wasn't moving super fast.
Wow.
Nothing. No,
I hate that.
No reaction. And I'm like,
there's ways around it, because there's been times where I can't keep up with chat. Like, especially lately, the past week, I've had like 150 plus average viewers.
I've been watching. It's pretty fucking hectic.
So like the day I got partner, I streamed after that. Well, I streamed the day after, sorry. And the hype in that chat was insane. Like I think I had like 100 and something subs that day, like over 100.
Yeah.
And there is moments where you can't keep up, but if you are thankful for your community, all you have to do is say like, hey, this person, thanks for the sub. Like it's really that simple. Like you don't have to sit and say a whole sentence for everybody, but you can at least thank them.
You can at least acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are some, like I watched Devin Nash. I don't know if you know who Devin Nash is.
I don't know.
He's like a business oriented. He's kind of he averages around 1,000 people, but he's more on the business side of, I think he has a marketing agency or something, or he works with other streamers, but he gets alerts for when people donate money, and it reads those alerts, and then he acknowledges alerts. And then usually if there's a big group of gifted subs, he'll be like, oh, claps up, and then he puts it on a list in his profile. Like it's just a quick up, claps up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. And it's a quick. He is in a full, like this, he usually does like podcasty, just chatting stuff where he's really in the shit. And there are a couple times, but for the most part, it's just like, oh fuck, you didn't, thanks, man. Real quick.
Yeah.
Acknowledges it and boom. But like that dude who was barely playing Call of Duty was just like you saw, he saw that it happened. And it's just like, is it because that person was clout chasing? That's the other thing. Are those people clout chasing by getting their names on the screen or gifting subs? But
that's a whole thing in general. There's a whole argument behind that could be, oh, is this person doing this for this? But it's, at the end of the day, they're supporting your stream regardless. So who fucking cares? Who fucking cares at that point? But it's like, I'll bring it up an example of Courage JD, YouTube streamer.
Yeah.
literally his concurrent viewers are like tens of thousands, and he literally, after, like, he'll play his game, whatever, he won't really read chat much, but then he'll, after like a game, he'll sit there and he'll read his members list, like who joined as a member. Like, he'll do it, and he'll, it's not that big of a deal for people to acknowledge. If somebody with 30,000 viewers can do it, then so can you. Like, I think I can't watch people who don't thank their viewers. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I think it's just, these people are paying for your, like, livelihood. Like, they're paying you to do your job. Like, at least say thank you. Like, they don't have to spend their money on you. Like,
yeah. Or even, I guess, like Ludwig as a case is the bigger streamer who doesn't necessarily read every time someone gifts, but you can tell through the energy that he puts out. Like, he absolutely, everything he works towards, and he says it a lot. Like, I wouldn't be doing this without you. Like, you do not have to give subs. There are multiple chats that he's had where he's like, I wish people would stop gifting subs or giving money to the channel because I make all my money in ad revenue. Like, you can tell he gives that energy, it. So he's one of those ones that doesn't say thank you to every single one. But it's kind of, there's that good balance. I think he has a great balance, but it is bizarre that some people just completely off. And then the other end of that is people accept it. They're just like, no, I'm just gifting subs and I expect nothing out of it. I mean, it's that zero expectation thing that you kind of need to have, but
it's a very good thing to think like that, but it's not everyone. It's like, I regularly go into other people's streams and gift subs and like bits and whatever. And if somebody didn't say thank you to me, I'd be so upset. Like, I would be so upset. Like, my guy, he didn't say thanks. Like, shit.
I'd also be a little salty, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like, I worked hard for that money. Like, and I wanted to, like, you want that bit of appreciation because you don't have to spend, what is it, 25 on 5 gifted. Like, you don't have to do anything. And that's right. I get salty.
I feel you. Real quick, Chalbell said, Lou, what's your next streamer goal? Do you have anything particular? We'll end on that because okay. I gotta cut you. I gotta get the big fucking cane from the cartoon, and I gotta pull you off the stage. I'm sorry, but yeah, what's the next goal? What's the next goal now that everything's going on?
My next goal is just to get more concurrent viewers and to really kind of excel away from Twitch as well, like with my other content. So I want to really focus on getting better at YouTube, getting better at TikTok, and all of that stuff. But aside from that, I just want to keep growing and keep the good vibes.
That's just keep having fun with it. Don't let all this extra bullshit get in your head. I know it's hard, and now it's going to be harder to work with other people. But hey, guess who will always be here? This fucking crazy bald dude.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate you coming on. You didn't have to give me.
Well, I kind of needed this therapy session, so.
I'm glad I could be a therapist, I guess. Of all the people named anything on the internet, Anime Daddy. No, that's why I like having these conversations because they need to be talked about. And
I need to get it off my chest.
I'm happy that you feel comfortable enough to talk to me for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry that you had to go through it, but
it's part of the job, right? It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Anybody? I just want to make sure we didn't miss. I know if anybody had anything real quick at me, because then we're gonna pull in Gerard. Thank you, Daddy. Once again, my name's Daddy. Unbelievable. At least it's not Anime Daddy 69 anymore. Was my therapist? Oh yeah, cosplay, dude. Like we all, as creators, we all go through it. Cosplay. You know that I lost my job, right? We were talking about.
You lost your job?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It is what it is. I'll be fine, everybody. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna sell. Legit, I am selling all my stuff, by the way. So you will see a eBay or Facebook store of all my manga and my projectors. So what's up? But I want to do that. It's a kick in the butt I needed. It's like it's kind of good that it happened because I was just kind of like. I want to do this full or get into this space. Like I want to apply for certain jobs within this space, but it's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be definitely fun. Bleach manga, where it at? I don't have any Bleach. Now everybody invalidates me. I have a bunch of other manga. I have all the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball manga. I need more aesthetic. Is there a reason you're not affiliated? Lethal. Okay, I'll get into that. Let us know where everybody can find you. Do all that self-promo stuff. Let me hear it.
I am at Veloula on everything: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Everything is Veloula. I play Valorant. I'm not very good, but I have fun, and I like to vibe. So come vibe with me sometime. And yeah, I like pink and chocolate milk. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys are not following her on Instagram, her setup is just
Very pink.
pristine. Like my OCD is in love with it because it matches, and I'm
Yeah.
like those setups. I think that also helped is your setup is so clean. So
Yeah.
people appreciate that. People
Yeah.
appreciate the work you've put into your setup for sure.
For
At least
sure.
I definitely do.
I still need to figure out. I upgraded my mic, so I've got a Shure SM7B now, and not the Razor Pink one. So I'm gonna be painting my Shure one, and I'm like terrified. So yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I mean that's good. That's a good as shit mic, but
Yeah.
oh, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Belle. I will talk to you later.
Perfect. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.